Alrighty, so make sure that we have our safety glasses on. Make sure we have hearing protection available. We are running this without our dust collection so that you can hear us more effectively. When approaching this tool, we have our deck. We also have a fence that we can use if we need. We also have an adjustment of something called the throat. That is the distance between our deck and our guide here. We want that to be roughly a 1/4 inch higher than the material's work surface. The reason being is if that throat is extremely high, this is a band saw. That saw blade is flexible. So we have less precise cuts, and there's also more teeth of the blade exposed, which could lead to more a dangerous situation. This is a tool that is used in meat processing plants to cut apart beef. So this is something that we want to make sure that we are extra careful with. So you notice I don't have anything dangling other than my hearing protection that will be on my in my ears. So we've got all of that set up. We also have our on-off switch over here. And notice that right now we don't have any coloration distinguishing our 3-inch zone of no-go. The no-go zone is 3 inches roughly around the blade. We will mark that here soon, so that will be a piece that we'll add. For our demo today, we are gonna cut on foam because it is inexpensive and it is a good quick cut. I am going to do a pattern cut. A pattern cut means that it is not a straight cut. There are radiuses in it. We are going to say that this is my waist. I don't care about this material. So theoretically, if I start this cut, I could cut that whole piece off and then re-enter my material if I need to. But I'm gonna try and hold those radiuses as best I can. You will notice that when I operate this tool, I stand on the right-hand side. I like my left hand on top. And my left hand basically stays on the deck right about here. So the material can go anywhere it wants, but I'm putting pressure down here. I'm not moving my hand side to side or forward or back. I try and hover it there. My right hand is what is going to help pivot my material around the blade itself. The one thing that we want to avoid is pushing our material side to side. There are only teeth on the front of our blade. We don't have any teeth on the side. So if I push my material against the side, it doesn't cut or turn our cut. So whenever we want to rotate our turn, we want to make sure that we're pivoting our material. The most important advice that I can give you is anticipate your cut. People are always surprised at how long it takes to make our turn. Anticipate your turn. So don't get all the way into a corner before realizing that you need to start adjusting away. So with that being said, we are going to start our tool away with our wood away from our blade because we want our blade to come up to full speed. I'm going to hit on. That blade is now coming up to speed. Now I'm going to approach the tool. My hands are away from that danger zone. And I'm gonna remember that I want to cut on this side of that line. I would rather take off more material with more cuts. So I'm gonna start at that angle and I'm going to pivot my hand around. And what do I know? I can't get that turn well enough. That's perfectly fine because this is the waist. I'm gonna re-enter that material right here. And notice how much I'm adjusting this pivot. I'm okay giving me a little bit of room there. I don't want to be directly on the line. And my right hand is really twisting this thing around to make sure that I am pivoting my material around that cut. I'm moving slowly. If I get nervous or need to stop, waiting here is perfectly fine. The one thing that we don't want to do is back up our material away from the blade right now because you run the risk of pulling our blade off of the wheel. So we can stop if we had to. I could turn off the tool, wait for it to stop, and then back that material away. So cut that off if I want and re-enter. I don't want to touch any of those little cuts until my blade is stopped. I can leave those pieces there as I work. And you notice, I was not perfect. This tool doesn't have to be perfection. I can always come back and recut, and we have other tools that we're going to teach you about to clean that up to make sure it's perfect. The most important thing is we never cut across our line.